What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be taking a look at some pop vinyls, and if this camera would focus, there we go, we can start. So I gave you guys an update about, I'd say 3 or 4 days ago, specifying that I would start putting things up every single day. That didn't end up going out as well as I hoped because, long story short, don't have complete internet access, and I'm using my phone to basically tether and upload, and it takes a lot longer than usual, so I just haven't had the motivation to do it. Once I get internet, it's going to be a lot better, but I'm going to at least try to do a video twice or 3 times a week at this point until I have internet, which should be hopefully sooner than later, so I'll be able to get it in. So let's go ahead and take a look at some cool geek stuff, because that's really what this video is about, and I'll be updating my webcam. I'm not waving to the world, but I'm waving and going to reach up. So the first thing I want to talk about is all my pop vinyl collections. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. The 10th one I don't have. It's at work because I opened it. But these ones actually have really good influence in my life. I actually like all this stuff really much, and it really makes me a happy person. So we're going to start talking about that first, and then I have some other things, and there's a reason why a can of soda, unlicensed, is near me, and so is this mug, which, if you already can tell, is a Dalek mug, which is pretty cool, from Doctor Who, which we'll get started in talking about. But let's start with my first pop vinyl that I really, really like. This is the Iron Man mask. I really, excuse me, not the mask, the Mark 43 body. It's really kind of nice. Hopefully that will settle right there. I really want to get the Hulk Buster, which is pretty cool. Hopefully we'll find that one, but it's neat. It's in relatively decent condition except for the back, which could be in better shape. But yeah, that's one of them, and I think the detail that they actually do with this is pretty cool. What you can't see from this video, because it's a really not the world's greatest webcam, is he's actually rising. He's on some sort of ice things, if you can barely see that. I know there's a bit of a delay here, but he's actually on a little bit of ice, and you can't see that even up close, so that's the first one. The next one has a really, really good amount of things in my life, and this has to do with Star Trek. I really, really like The Next Generation. It's one of my favorite series. This is Data from Star Trek, which is, somebody said they thought I was Data, which I thought was kind of funny, but I'm not by any means. But this is Data from Star Trek. If he's the robot from Star Trek. Again, a little bit of glossiness, so I'm trying to get it as best as we can. As you can see here, though, it's they get it pretty good, and again, they have other characters which I'm going to be getting, and speaking of which, I'll show off my other character from it. And what's really cool about these is it's kind of funny. These aren't that popular because Star Trek: The Next Generation came out in the late 80s, and people who buy this stuff are generally younger. But for me, I'm 22, and I actually really do like the old series. So this is Locutus of Borg, and I'm probably mispronouncing that. Locutus of Borg is really probably the right way to announce it. But what I really like about this one is the fact that they got the Borg collective really, really nicely done. And the amount of detail they actually put into these little figures is amazing for me. That's kind of why I like it. Now, I want to get some of the Klingons. Obviously, Patrick Picard is kind of modeled after this, but I'd like to get the actual Patrick Picard and Will Riker. I'm surprised they didn't do a Will Wheaton one, specifically Wesley. I'm kind of shocked. He's a big geek, so I'm surprised they didn't do that. So the next one we'll look at, speaking of Star Trek, apparently I have more Star Trek figures than I thought, but we have LaForge. And LaForge worked in engineering, so he's pretty cool. They have his likeness down pretty well, and it doesn't take too much to make the particular ones like this, but it's really cool that they ended up releasing the Next Generation ones. So I thought that was pretty neat. So I'll put that right on my Star Trek one. The next one, and I should have really done this in order, but I have Ultron from Age of Ultron, which I think is really cool. Again, a metal look to it, and you got to give them credit for the packaging. I really do like the packaging, and at the price point, I'd prefer to keep it in the packaging, and it's pretty nice. So that is the Avengers model, Ultron, which I thought was a great movie, although I thought he was going to be a little bit scarier in the movie. So next lineup I guess I should pretty much put these aside here. We've got these, which I think are pretty cool. So this one is from the Doctor Who series, and I was into Doctor Who since 2005. My dad really got me into it. But this is the Fourth Doctor, and Tom Baker, I think, is one of the best doctors that they had, and he was very good at his acting. I thought he was pretty funny. But this is the Fourth Doctor. He has some very noticeable things, and I'm trying not to get to glare, excuse me. But as you can see, he's got the wonderful scarf that everybody knows him for, and his hat. So it's pretty cool. And again, the box is in relatively decent shape. I think that's pretty cool. I want to get the TARDIS. I'm going to get the Dalek, and there's one exclusive to GameStop I'll end up getting too, so we'll be able to show those off in another video. And here's one that will scare some people. So this is the Weeping Angel, and basically with the Weeping Angel, if you guys didn't know, which you should know if you watch Doctor Who, you should definitely start watching it, is that basically you shouldn't blink, because if something comes at you, this is going to be what you see, and you'll be dead. It's pretty cool. So this is one of the villains from the Doctor Who universe. I gotta get a Dalek, and I gotta get a Cyberman next. I also gotta get the other Doctors, which I thought were cool, but that brings you kind of a past and a future kind of look at everything. So that is that. Now let me show you the last two, which I thought were kind of in my generation gap of things, is the Harry Potter series, which is relatively new. They came up with them recently, and I just figured, I like Harry Potter a lot, so I'll just get the Harry Potter one. So he's got the wand. He's got pretty much as much detail as you can. If Harry Potter kind of speaks for itself, you should probably watch it. It's pretty good. It's not like everybody hasn't seen it, but it's a good show. I mean, not really a TV show, but obviously a good movie. And the last one I have, focus, have the Dumbledore one, which I thought was really cool, how they got his likeness, and they got his glasses, they got his beard, and they got him pretty much on point. So I got to get some other ones. I think that the Hagrid one, the Voldemort one is expensive. Snape is cool. I really want Harry Potter and Dumbledore. I'll probably get the Hagrid one next. It'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that is that for the pop vinyl. Now pop vinyl like everything else, is a bit expensive, so I don't know if I'll end up keeping these or selling them or what. Probably end up keeping them because I kind of like this stuff. But time to show you the next thing. I waited for this purposely. Because they're in the actual freezer here. And I gotta get the C920 because this is not the world's greatest webcam, but there's a reason why there's a can of soda right here. So, I like Doctor Who, and I got something from the freezer that's Doctor Who oriented. If anybody can guess what it is, and they say, oh, is it a ice of a Dalek? Oh yeah, it's an ice cube, but it's a Dalek. Focus. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They get the likeness out. It's kind of neat. I'll put the Dalek in the Dalek cup, and then the other one. This is because this is just a mold. I thought was kind of neat. Now these ones don't come out as well as the Daleks. I think that they somehow either overfill the water or what. But this one's kind of neat. Let's see if I can get this one out. God, I think I overfill these. They don't get it perfect. Let me try another one because I want to get one that looks kind of cool. But I think all of them kind of overfilled on the. Harder than it looks to get them out. Okay, I think this one came out the best. Not really. But anyways, this is a TARDIS, even though the TARDIS is kind of like more of an ice cube shape because it didn't get shaped perfectly, but it's kind of cool. You have the TARDIS. No, I think the best one came out was the Dalek. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I'll be enjoying my soda in this mug. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will be doing more videos and stuff, maybe on pop vinyl, on some tech stuff as well. We'll be going back and forth between both of them. see how YouTube responds to that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I just figured I'd show you guys what I got, what I did recently, getting stuff for the house. I'll be doing a house tour pretty soon once I get some geek stuff and everything around me kind of set up. It's not ready yet. I really want to get some really cool stuff to make it more kind of like a home. So thank you guys for watching this video, and definitely comment, rate, and subscribe if you like it. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And any comments on how I can improve this other than getting a new webcam and getting more professional editing equipment, that would be great. Thank you guys very much, and might end up doing a podcast soon. I know that I owe you guys a review on this, and I haven't read it yet, so I'm going to read it after this video and probably end up doing a review on it very shortly, as in today. So, thank you guys for watching this video again, and I will definitely keep making videos and keeping you guys posted. Alright, thanks.